So I just wanted to take a few minutes and share my latest project. It's a TrueBlood Mini based on the HBO series True Blood, which is based on the Charlaine Harris series of books, the Southern Vampire novels. So if I pan back a little bit so that you can see all of the mini, or most of the mini, and you can see some of the things that I did to kind of try to capture the flavor of the HBO series and the books. The series and the books both take place in a fictional city, small town called Bontemps, Louisiana, which is near Shreveport, Louisiana. And the whole series is based on the fact that the Japanese invent something called true blood, which is a synthetic blood that the vampires can drink, and they no longer have to kill humans in order to survive. So the vampires decide to come out of the closet, and the humans start to realize that not only are there vampires, but there are other supernatural creatures. And the whole premise is about how dangerous vampires can be, whether they're accepted by society, and in some ways they are, and in some ways they're not. And also, as you learn through the books, that there are, not only are the vampires extremely frightening, but there are creatures that are even more frightening than vampires. So I wanted to capture that flavor of the HBO series and the books in my cover. And in the very first episode, and early on in the first book, we find out that vampires are sometimes preyed on by humans in order to steal their blood. And that's what this little capsule represents. It says contains V, which is the name that they use for the vampire blood. So basically, if they can subdue a vampire, they drain them of their blood, and this is a drug that people become addicted to. It makes you more attractive, it makes you stronger, and it's kind of a psychedelic experience, according to the series. And so the chains represent how the humans subdue the vampires, because the vampires cannot hold up under silver. It burns their skin and it disables them. So that is how the first series starts out, with Sookie Stackhouse, who is the waitress and the main character in all of the Southern Vampire series. She actually meets her first vampire, and she saves him from a couple who are trying to kill him and drain him of his blood. So that's the beginning, and each mystery is usually some type of a murder that Sookie is trying to solve, with or without the vampires and other supernatural creatures that also seem to be living in Bontemps. So I wanted a very, I chose Bitten as the title for the little mini, and that was also from the DCWV Immortal Love series of papers. And I wanted to give that feeling. A lot of it takes place in the woods, and it's a very swampy southern atmosphere, so I created a lot of these black moths, the type of thing that you would find in a very humid, swampy-like forest, just to kind of give that illusion. And then there are various little tokens from the series. Fantasia is the vampire bar in Shreveport, Louisiana. And as we kind of turn this around, we have, this is actually from the advertisement that HBO uses to advertise this series. And then there are a variety of little charms and things that kind of go along with the vampire series. And then in the back, I just hung some seam binding. It's just black seam binding that you can't probably tell on the video, but it's little sparkly. I put some iridescent gold glimmer mist on it. So, turn this back around, and it's sitting on a stand. This is a stand that I had for a while that I got from Zutter, the people who make the Bind It All. And I always wanted to, I have a couple of these and wanted to use them for some kind of a project. And this one seemed the right project because I know that this lady is going to leave this on her desk at work, and it's going to be something that hopefully that she wants to look at. So it was kind of the perfect time to use it. And I hadn't a lot of times because these flip minis are tricky. First of all, when you do flip them, you've got a lot going on with the dangles and various things. And so what I have on this first page is a negative 100% pure true blood, which is the Japanese blood that the vampires are supposedly drinking. Maybe some do and some don't. And then I have a little picture of some of the characters that are in the series. And what I did, I've kind of been playing around with bottle caps, so I also used some bottle caps to do some of the images, but I used magnets. There were magnets that I got from Basic Gray, and they're super strong magnets, so I really needed something to pull that away. And when you open it up, there are more of the characters from this series. And then when we close it, and you'll hear this snap because it's a very, very strong closure. And then another picture as we go up, and that's the tricky thing about the flip albums, is that you have to get the pictures on there right, and that might be easy for some people, but I've been known to put them on upside down. So here's another one of the bottle caps, which I'm using as a tab to open the little trifold, and picture of Suki with her first vampire, which is Bill and his boss Eric, his vampire boss. Bill again, Suki, and then Eric. And these dark pictures were just perfect for the book. So then it goes on with a variety of pictures from this series, and just something that I know that my daughter's friend will enjoy having on her desk. And then a little page from the book. I actually had accidentally purchased 2 of one of the books, so I just used that opportunity to take part of the book and put it into the mini. And then that is her favorite vampire, Eric. Actually, my favorite too. And more pictures. And then at the very end, picture of Eric with Suki. And again, Eric with Suki. And then this is fastened on with screws that attach it to the Bind It All stand, the Zutter stand. And I had seen this done where it's the last page of the mini that's fastened on. And I've seen it where they actually take another piece of cardboard and attach that, and then glue this onto that piece. And if I had this to do over again, in my next one of these that I do, I'm going to attach it with the extra piece of cardboard and then just glue it on. So I think that would just be a better finished piece. So that is my TrueBlood Mini. Get this closed back up. And I did the only embellishments really are these frothy embellishments, things that, and if you have watched this series, you know, you just get that feeling of the humidity in the woods and just that whole atmosphere. Both the book and the series do a real good job of capturing that part of the country and what that would be like. So, after I made the mini, I decided that I needed to make a bag for my daughter to use to put it in as a gift. And so I made this bag, which is, that's part of the HBO advertisement for True Blood. And I don't know if we can get close enough for that to focus, but that says, "Thou shalt not crave thy neighbor." And then on the other side, I have the poster for Fantasia, the Vampire Bar, and the grand opening, which was also part of the advertisement the first year that True Blood was on TV. And to decorate the bag, I just use a little red tulle and this little group of black feathers, which is on with a clip. And so she can put it on the mini if she wants to, or if she's feeling real adventurous and wants to go out for a night on the town for her birthday, she maybe just put that in her hair and go to town. I also made a card that I put inside of the bag, but it's not that big of a deal, and I'm not a big card maker, so I don't think it's anything special. I've never, because I know that my kids throw cards and things like that away, so I've never really kind of gotten into the card making for fear that I would be wasting my time. So, you know, it's just what it is. This on the side here is also a seam binding. This was white, and I dyed it with some glimmer mist with the candy apple red and the brick. And so it's kind of got that glimmery but shabby look to it. So that's it. That is my True Blood Mini. So this, her birthday is on the 20th of May. So I'm going to be taking this over to my daughter to give to her, and I really hope that she likes it. I actually like it sitting on my desk, but I did make it for her, so I'm going to give it to her. Thanks for watching.